In this video, you're going to learn if your social media team actually is hurting you instead of helping you. What if I told you one of the biggest risks to your brand isn't your competition, it could actually be your social media team? It might be the people that you hired to represent you and your brand. Now, before you think I'm saying your employees or your marketing agency is doing something wrong, let me explain a little bit. Most of the time they are trying to help, but the problem is something so much bigger than that. They were never given a clear strategy of exactly what to post. And when people don't have a strategy, they just start making their own decisions off of their own taste. And that's not what builds your brand, and that's not always what looks good. Today, I'm going to show you how your social media team could actually be weakening your brand, the warning signs to look for, and what you need to do before you even let them make another post. So in this video, you're going to learn why hiring someone to post is not the same as hiring a social media strategist, how inconsistent content can completely confuse your customers, why every business needs brand and branding guidelines before people are posting for them or creating content, the questions you should be asking your team before they're posting, and how to make sure that that post builds trust so that you can gain client acquisition, because you do not want them weakening your reputation. And I've seen this time and time again. And that's why I'm making this video, because I have clients that have came to me that literally are freaking out because people are messing up their brand. So number one, let's talk about the biggest mistakes that businesses are making when it comes to who they're hiring for their social media. A lot of business owners don't have time to manage their social media, and that, of course, you shouldn't have to do that. It's a huge job. So you hire someone. Maybe you hire them as an employee. Maybe you hire a marketing agency. But here's where the problem starts. You literally just hand over the keys to them, and they don't have a map. As a matter of fact, they probably don't even have a compass. And then they just start making posts for you. They've never really explained what they've done themselves. What does their social media look like? Who have they worked for before that showed any success? They just because someone knows how to post on social media does not mean that they're an expert in social media by any means. And your brand is way too important to just have someone who doesn't have the credentials start guessing. So number two, every post is a brand message. A lot of brands just think it's about getting attention and they want to go viral, but attention at all is not enough. The right attention matters. Your customers expect a certain level of quality. They expect professionalism. They expect trust. But then one day your social media manager posts something that feels like really cheap and cringe, completely random, or something that's disassociated from your brand. Maybe it gets a couple likes. Maybe people comment positive or negative. But does it attract the type of customer that you want that will be spending their money with you? That's the question. A post can get likes, but is it hurting your brand positioning? Next, your brand needs consistency. Think about some of the biggest and strongest brands in the world. You know them because they are consistent with their branding. You go to Disney, you know exactly what you're going to get. You go to Universal Studios, you know exactly what you're going to get. Their customers understand exactly what they represent: fun, family, the greatest, the best time of their life. Now imagine if one day Disney or Universal posts people moping through the park instead of with their family having the greatest time. They start posting people moping through the park, ice cream's dripping and it fell on the ground, all of the negative things instead of all the wonderful pleasure points, which makes us buy and want to go there. You'd start going, well, I'm not going to spend that much money to go to Disney right now. It's going to cost me thousands to go with all, a family of 4. Why would I even want to go there now? That's because they're not posting that. They're showing all the great, wonderful things, which is why we do want to go there, because it's great. It's the most amazing place on earth, right? So when your content is sending mixed messages, customers become completely confused, and confused customers aren't buying. So next, here are some questions that your team needs to be asking before posting. Who are we as a brand? You need to tell them exactly who you are. Now, when I ask some brands, they don't really know exactly who they are. And not that that's terrible, because it can be fixed. I help people with branding all the time. I love to take people who are amazing business owners who, with just a couple little tweaks, we can make their branding spectacular. I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I can help you with it as well if you'd like some help. Because if you're hiring people, especially if you don't have that big of a budget for social media and you're hiring people that's just minimum wage, I understand that you just want something on social, but that necessarily isn't going to convert because what you put into that, that's your marketing money. And a lot of times, if you're spending money on ads or something else and your social's confusing, it's not converting because they looked you up when they saw your ad. So you spent the money on that and you're spending the money on your social media manager that's not really creating the best content. And that's why it's not working. You need to ask yourself, what is our message? And you need to convey that to whoever's doing your social media. On my show, Fix Your Search, I was talking to an actress who had over 150 million views that she was seen in. She's so awesome, but she really had no idea what to post. And I started looking through her social and I couldn't believe what I saw. Check this out. So when we did your pre-interview, I remember I started looking through your Instagram, which I thought a lot of it was cute. And then I found one weird picture, which you might have deleted after I talked to you.
I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember what it was?
It was with the face mask.
It looked like bologna. It looked like it was like bologna stuck with like American cheese or something. So that I don't want that to happen to you. We need to make sure that we have a strategy. So let's talk about that more. And then here's the biggest, scariest one when it's off brand. I just can't. When it's off brand and it's a company, especially an established company, it's been there for years and everything that's getting posted is off brand. I don't understand what they're doing because it can totally ruin your reputation if you have someone posting something that is off brand. And then some companies will say, well, we're doing okay. We're making money. That's great. Of course, no one wants to go out of business, but you have to think to yourself, how much more money can you be making when your post and your social media strategy is on point? Your reputation is on point. Your branding is on point. That's going to get so many more people coming into your business. And not only that, you're going to get better employees, better staff members, better customers because the branding and everything is working together all simultaneously. And voila, the sales are just through the roof. So let me give you one more tip. I want to talk about the danger of just posting something. Like when people say, let's just post something. Let's not do that right now. If you feel like your branding's off and you look through your social media and it's just not working and it's not converting, let's put a strategy together because I don't want you to just be posting anything that could be hurting you. I want you to have like a super really clear strategy. And I love to do that with my clients. I even have something I created for you that shows you exactly what to post, when to post, where to post, why to post it. It makes it super easy for your social media content team or your employee or even yourself, whoever's posting for you in your business. This way it's very clear. It's a very clear strategy and it will make you just feel so much better because you'll feel like whatever time and money you're putting into social media is actually going to work out for you in the long run because you want it to build trust, authority, recognition, relationships, and most importantly, customers. And why this matters the most so much now is because it's so much harder to get customers than it ever was before. There's more competition out there than there's ever been. Everyone has access to AI tools and they all think that they're like some AI guru because they're just posting a bunch of nonsense. But what's terrible about that is it's just more and more and more things on our feed. So a lot of times it makes people want to look at even any of their social media less. Where they're going to spend their time are places that are meaningful to them, people that they can trust, and content that's good to consume because that's like just back in the day when we turned the TV on and we had to watch anything. That was literally terrible. We don't have to do that anymore. We have so many places we can spend our time, so many things that we can consume, and we want to consume things that bring us happiness, joy, knowledge, all of that. So here's the main takeaway. Just hiring anyone for social media is not enough in 2026. Hiring just some random agency is not enough because a lot of them just outsource to the exact same kind of people I'm talking about now. People who know nothing about your brand. They literally just bought a camera and they're going to come in and film it, but they have no clear strategy either. Because I want you to remember this. Your social media is not just content. It is your brand speaking to your customer when you're not in the room. So if you'd like my help, I'd love to help you with the social strategy. I really love, it's literally like my life's work when I see changes in businesses who actually really want to implement a good strategy and it just literally turns into things that have been unbelievable that I've seen. And I'd love to help you as well. So if you'd like some more information, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's information about me below in the details. You can email me and we can start working together right away. And I'll see you in the next video.